Welcome to another FUPOL webcast. In this screencast we will discuss the user management aspect of the FUPOL platform. We will see what a user is, what different roles the platform uses, and how user accounts can be created, edited, and deleted. This screencast is targeted at system administrator in FUPOL pilot cities. The topics will cover what users are and how they can be managed. Managing users means adding accounts to the FUPOL platform, editing them, viewing these accounts, and deleting unneeded ones. So, what is a user? A user is a real-life person that interacts in some form with the FUPOL platform. Because the FUPOL platform has restricted access, and because team members are assigned different roles, each user needs to authenticate before using the platform. Users are separated into two major groups, internal and external. We'll see what this means in the following slides. Internal users are the ones that work as part of the campaign. They are generally employees of the municipality. They can access the full functionality of the system. Internal users can be assigned multiple roles that reflect their position as part of the working team. Roles have been developed because each team member has a certain set of responsibilities inside a team that is developing a campaign. The internal user roles are decision maker, facilitator, domain expert, communicator, simulation modeler, and recruiter. We'll discuss each of these roles in greater detail in the following slides. The decision maker is typically some official from a council involved in making decisions regarding one of the policy domains that FUPOL covers. He or she knows the policy domain well and has a vital interest in understanding the people's interests. A facilitator is a user with the main task of creating, managing, and closing campaigns. Being an expert in using FUPOL, he's the one that gets the research task assigned to by the decision maker. The facilitator is responsible to deliver a report to the decision maker covering the results, including their validity. The facilitator selects the reviewers, requests additional data from domain experts, selects the right approach for the specific problem, selects the tools and their usage, and issues social media polls, crowdsourcing activity, and opinion mining with web crawlers. Facilitators have a solid understanding of political science, statistics, and the usage of social media, including the implementations that data protection imposes on the legal applicability of tools and methods. The domain experts provide validated data on a given subject. Unlike community members, the quality of their data is generally high and trusted by the system. Communicators support the facilitator with selecting the right social media sites, attracting e-citizens to participate in campaigns, include the press for dissemination, etc. The communicator role in FUPOL is essential for attracting as many e-citizens as possible to participate in idea finding, reviewing, etc. While the facilitator's role mostly covers using the tools and taking responsibility for the campaign's outcome, the communicator is the one to initiate communication between the administration, the press, the community of e-citizens, etc. A simulation modeler is a modeler specialized in simulations. The simulation modeler develops strategies, architectures, and solutions for integrating IT simulations into daily business in order to support the business process in the best way. The simulation modeler works closely together with the business clients and the technical staff, for example developers. He analyzes business information requirements and translates it into logical and physical model designs. The simulation modeler is also responsible for the relationship and integration of different simulation models across all modeling levels and disciplines. Requirements solicitation in our partner cities has shown that only larger cities have their own simulation modeler staff. Medium-sized cities usually buy this service from consulting companies. The recruiter role can be assigned together with other internal roles. An internal user which also has the recruiter role assigned can create external user accounts like e-citizens and trusted users. External users are people that don't interact with the FUPOL system on a regular basis. They are normal people that express opinions and ideas regarding areas of interest for the municipality. These people are directly affected by the decisions the municipality makes, so their opinions matter greatly. External users express their thoughts using social media websites and blogs. They also interact with the FUPOL system when they provide feedback using opinion maps. External users use OAuth to authenticate with the FUPOL platform when providing opinions. Let's take a look at the two roles for external users. E-citizens are people with some interest in a domain. Usually they are affected by political decisions and thus have a stake there. They are active internet users with social media accounts, blogs or news posts. FUPOL will face registered and unregistered e-citizens. A trusted user has higher priority than an e-citizen. A trusted user's opinions and social media activity rank higher than those of an e-citizen, and this fact is underlined by the platform. Whenever a social media window is collecting data, data associated to a trusted user is highlighted by a special icon. Remember that a trusted user must also be assigned the e-citizen role, as the trusted user role complements the e-citizen role. Now for the more interesting part of the screencast, user management. Please note that only system administrators have full management rights over system users. Recruiters can only manage external users. That being said, the actions that can be performed in user management are adding, editing, viewing, and deleting. We'll take a look at each of these actions and see a demo on the platform. Before adding a user, there are a few things we need to know about them. The FUPOL platform marks the following information as mandatory: username, first name, last name, email address. Optionally, more details can be filled in, like gender, date of birth, identification. This is some sort of official document like a passport. Also, social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter can be linked to the user account. These accounts are important if the user is assigned a trusted user role, as they will be used to identify the user's opinions and mark them visually. Please note that a password is not assigned at creation time, but needs to be provided by the user when they activate their account. In order to add a user, we need to be logged into the FUPOL platform using an administrator's credentials. This step is achieved by navigating to the following URL. After signing in with the right credentials, we are presented with the FUPOL start page. From here, we will use the menu to navigate to the administration section. To add a user, we'll click on the Add User link. After the page loads, we can fill in the form and provide the user information. Let's say the username is John Smith. The first name will be John and the last name Smith. We'll fill in the email field with a demo email address like johnsmith@email.com. We'll assign this user the facilitator role. Please note that combinations of external and internal roles are not allowed. Also, when assigning a trusted user role, make sure you also assign the user the e-citizen role. We'll say John is a male, born on the 1st of April 1980. John's identity card reads ID 12345. We can link multiple social media accounts to John's FUPOL account. We'll choose to add a new social media account identity, select Twitter, and enter John's Twitter username. Please note that we can always check the social media accounts by clicking the check button next to an account, and we can remove ones by clicking the delete button. Next, we'll click Save and create the account. Please note that if anything is wrong with the data we just entered, the FUPOL platform will show an error message. After a user is created, they cannot access the platform yet, as they need to set a password. We'll explore that option a little bit later. When we want to edit a user, we have to take into account two very important issues. The username cannot be changed, external users cannot be converted into internal users, and vice versa. In order to edit a user, we need to browse through the user list and find the account we are interested in. Let's choose the account we created earlier, John Smith. We'll click on the edit link on the same row with the username and access the edit user page. Here we can perform all sorts of editing actions besides the two restrictions underlined earlier. When we are done, we'll click Save. If any errors were made, the platform will not notify us. Viewing a user account lets us see an overview of that account's details. Also, from the View User page, we can perform additional actions like sending an activation email, locking the user, resetting the password, or deleting the user. In order to view a user, we need to click on the username in the user list. We'll click on John Smith and go to his details page. Here we can see the data entered at creation time. Also, we notice the user is not yet activated. In order to activate the user, we'll send him an activation email. That email will contain an activation link that the user needs to click in order to set his password and activate his account. When clicking the Send Activation Email button, please note that the default email manager will pop up. The FUPOL platform does not send emails directly. We won't really send the email in this demo, but we'll activate the user account by following the activation link in the generated email message. We'll enter a password for John 2 times. Please note that the password must be at least 5 characters in length and contain at least 1 letter and 1 number. Next, if we go back to the user list and reload John's page, we'll see that his account is activated. This means he can now log into the FUPOL platform. Other options present on the View User page include locking the user, resetting the password, and deleting the user. A new user is unlocked by default, but if for some reason we want to prevent the user from accessing the FUPOL platform for a while, we can lock his account. To lock John, we can click on the Lock User button, confirm the message, and see the action results. If we want to unlock John's account, we can click on the Unlock User button. In the same manner, we can reset John's password. Please note that if we reset this password, he will need to activate his account again. Deleting a user is an important action, so we need to think twice before doing it. When deleting a user account is removed from the platform entirely, confirmation is needed in order to delete an account. In order to delete John's account, we'll navigate to his View User page and click the Delete User button. We'll confirm the action and watch John fade away. Thank you for your attention.